Hello and welcome to episode 30, yes, 30, of Country Bumpkin Creates. My name is Lucy. You can find me on Instagram. Words. You can find me on Instagram as country_bumps, or you can find me on Ravelry as Country Bumps. I'm coming to you today from a beautifully sunny but very windy Peter Tavy on the outskirts of Tavistock in Devon. Just on the outskirts of, not right there, just right there on my doorstep. Yeah, I was going to record outside, but it is really windy. So all you'd hear would be wind noise. I'm picking up microphone and pick up wind noise, unfortunately. This is a shame, but one day we'll do an outdoor one. Where are we? What have we been doing? Today is the 22nd of March 2022. All the twos. Yeah. It's a Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. What we've been up to? Not a lot. Not a lot. Knitting. Working, really. That's about it. I did have a weekend off last weekend, so we had friends over for dinner, which was quite nice. And I made Nigella Lawson's lasagna of love. It's that hands down the best lasagna I've ever tasted. And a white chocolate and raspberry cheesecake for dessert, which was, again, delightful. That was a Mary Berry recipe. Other than that, I've just been working and knitting. We had Nigel's girls come down for a week at the end of February, which was nice. It was lovely to see them. I haven't seen them. Nigel's been up like in between lockdowns, but I haven't seen them since, or I haven't seen them, physically seen them, since October 2019. When did all this kick off? We've been in this 2 years now, or one? Yeah, 2 years. We're going into the second year, aren't we? Yeah, because they were supposed to be coming down the May that we went into first lockdown, which was 2020, because we hadn't seen them since the October. Yeah. So it'd been like 2 years since I'd seen them. We've FaceTimed and stuff, but it's not the same, is it? So we had a very chilled week. They're both really busy with work and stuff like that, so we didn't really do a great deal. But they had a nice week. We had a nice week together. That's about it, really. Can't think of anything else exciting that we've done. No. Shall we get on to the... Well, I think this is going to be a short one because I haven't got a great deal to talk about. So it may only be like a quick short one, but I've been wanting to podcast for the last couple of weeks, but time and brain capacity, shall we say. I've had some stuff going on which put me in a bit of a dark place for a couple of weeks, but I'm alright now. Sorted, all dealt with, sorted, water under the bridge, sorted, we're done. So I'm alright. A couple of weeks of not seeing anyone, not doing anything, not interacting with people helped. Yeah. Shall we look at what we're wearing? I am wearing, let me stand up to show you in all its gloriousness. Let me show you the bottom as well. So this is, you would have seen this, I'm sure it was a whip in my last podcast. This is the Yosemite So Summer, I'm sure it's called the So Summer tee. Let me just, yeah, So Summer shirt, sorry. By Jessie May. Jessie Made Designs. Yeah. And I've totally copied my friend Imogen, who did a striped version. She used a couple of mini skein sets. I have used my Pixie Yarns advent calendar. So it's bottom up. Oh, look at you can see my white belly now. With a folded hem. So I started with number 1. This was number 2, 3, 4. So I did them in day order. So you can see, and I think I used up to day 21 or 22 for my size. I have made the 3XL size because I'm a fat lady, which is a 52 to 54 inch busticles. But you do have 6 to 10 inches of positive E, so it comes out. So the actual finished measurement of full bust is 60 inches. But it's really nice. It's got, you know, it's got the ease that I wanted. It's not tight on my fat arms. So I did both. This is a folded hem on here as well. So both. Oh, look, you see where I blocked it. So both, I did both sleeves in the same colour just to give a bit more. I didn't have enough to do the neckline in the same colour as well. But again, it's a folded hem. I really like folded hem actually. It gives it, it's nice, but it gives it a bit of structure without all the ribbing. Or what's my favourite colour in it? I don't know. I like this bright hot pink. Yeah, because pink. But I also like this stripe of purpley pink across my busticles. So I'm a bit like Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat, but I don't care. I love it. Absolutely love it. So like I say, it's bottom up, so then you get to sleeve separation or armhole separation. Knit the front and then the back up, and then 3 needle bind off on the shoulders, which gives again structure and a neat finish. First time I've worn it properly. It's been on the back of the chair ready for me to podcast for weeks. And stripes I did, because obviously the main pattern, the main design is in one colour, so I had 20 gram minis in the advent calendar, and I did 10 rows of each stripe. Yeah, 10 rows of each colour. And with the 20 gram mini, even, you know, my circumference, I had plenty left of each mini skein. Yeah, I love it. So now the nicer weather's here, I can wear shorter sleeves, but even in the winter I can layer it with a long sleeve underneath. That is my one and only FO. I've been pretty monogamous. I'm not quite sure who I am. Not like me, I normally flip between projects here and there. But no, I'm on a real like jumper, sweater, whatever you call it, in whatever country you're from. A real like jumper, sweater quick kick at the moment. I just want all the sweaters in all of the yarn. I've got so many sweater quantities in my stash that need using. So I think I said on my previous podcast, I'm not buying yarn, but I'm being more thoughtful about the yarn I am buying. and trying to buy with a specific project in mind. But I need to stash dive because I want a blue and white striped sweater. Or like a quite like a bare, like a white yarn with speckles on it that I can stripe with like a semi-solid or tone of blue. But I don't think I've got anything in my stash because I don't tend to head towards blue. It's not really, it's not my, I wouldn't go towards blue, or I wouldn't go towards green, which is really weird because I don't know why, because I look alright in blue and green. But I've got to get out of this everything pink and purple wheelhouse because I've got a sweatshirt that's blue and white striped, like a bought sweatshirt. That I bought some in the White Stuff sale recently. I bought some blue cord, like cargo trousers, like I suppose they're cargo trousers. They've got a pocket on the side, I suppose. That I wear this blue and white striped sweatshirt with. But I would like a hand knitted sweater or t-shirt. I'd probably go sweater, actually. That I would like to wear with those trousers is what I'm getting at. So that's in my brain as well, but I don't know whether I go down, like do it in drops so it's not that expensive, or do I look for some nice hand dyed. Mr. B's are very good, or Bird Street Yarn are very good at the blues, and I can't put a picture. See, I like I think it's Jedi colourway, which is white with speckles on it, different colour but predominantly blue speckle, and they do really good blue tonals as well. So I may hang on until the next flock, which is in June, I believe. Yeah. And see what they've got at a flock for that project. I don't know pattern that I want to do or anything yet. But the Stripes book by, sorry, husband's just gone to his shed. I can see him at the corner where. The Stripes book by Vera Valimaki has got lots of stripy patterns in it. Oh, he's coming in, so I'm just going to pause you a minute. Anyway, as I was saying, so yeah, the Stripes book from Vera Valimaki has got lots of patterns in it, so that are on my horizon this year. So but then I can take any sweater pattern and stripe it anyway, because there are no rules when you're knitting. Well, there are, but that's the joy, is you can make a pattern your own. So yeah, that's my one and only effort, and some random warblings. He's put me all out of sorts now because he's come in. Right, let's have a look. Should we go on to whippers? Let's do a whippers, shall we? So my next whip, which is almost an FO, almost, work is seriously getting in my way of knitting at the minute. Ah, I love this colour. See, pink and purple though. Excuse me. And inhaled the yarn. So this is my AMA sweater, AMA sweater by Maddie Harvey Designs. So you can see it there. It's a DK weight sweater, and here we are. I have the body done. It's only 3. It's supposed to have a curled hem on it, so you're supposed to do 3 rows of rib and then 3 rows of straight knit and then just bind off so it curls. I'm not too keen on that idea of a curly, but it keeps flipping up because I'm not sure. So once it's blocked, hopefully it'll stay down. If it doesn't, what I'll do is I'll just pick up across the top of the rib, rip the ribbing out and do an I-cord bind off, which I was in and amming as to whether to do anyway, and I should have just done it because I like the way a I-cord bind off looks on a sweater. So here we go. So that's the body. The yarn, which is showing up lighter than it actually is in real life. They're both Bird Street yarns. This podcast is in no way sponsored by Bird Street Yarn. I just love their yarn and I love them. And I'm sending them lots of love because they've been going through a pretty rough time lately. So I've been thinking of you all lots and I'm sending you love. So the main colour is here, is aubergine in their merino nylon DK, so it's 75-25, 75 merino, 25% nylon, 225 meters for 100 grams. And again, it's blowing out. If I bring it back here, it might, that's probably closer, but it's not as bright as it's showing on camera. But if you look at either John or Claire's, so John is Mr. B _ Bird Street Yarn, and Claire is Claire with no I _ Bird Street Yarn on Insta. You'll see better photographs of the yarn. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, I need a sweater in that. And my contrast for the pearl dots and a little bit around the bottom is Figgy, which is like a deep plummy aubergine colour. And I didn't do a lot of it on the bottom because I was worried about running out of yarn because I only had 2 skeins. Well, I don't quite know where I thought how fast I was going to use it, so that's how much I've got left of the first skein, and that's the second skein. And I've also got 2 of the aubergine left. But I can also make a hat or 2, or a hat and cowl set or something out of those, so that's not a problem. So body's done. First sleeve is underway. No, that's the one on hold, Lucy. The one with the needles is the. So first sleeve is on its way. It's about, I tried it on last night just before we went to bed, and it fits pretty similar to how this fits. So although it's cropped, it's not that cropped. It sort of sits just above my hip really, which is fine. And it'll, once it's blocked, it'll be a little bit longer anyway. So yeah, I'm about halfway down the arm, and I haven't done as many decreases because it decreases quite rapidly, and I have a lot of bingo wing to fit in, so I haven't. I did a certain amount of decreases and then I stopped, tried it on, and I'm happy with where it is, and then I'll do some more once I get down to this bit. I'll decrease a little bit more. You have to excuse, I've got these like eczema marks on my arm. It's where in work, I work at a checkout in Tesco, so we've got this like cleaning fluid that we clean the till area, you know, because they do get grubby. And then I rest my arms as I'm scanning, and I think I'm reacting to the cleaning. So Christ knows what's in it. So information about this pattern. I am doing the 2x size, which let me get the schematic up. Because I can't find where it gives you the so I'm doing the 2x, which is to fit a bust size of 48 to 50 inches. But once, because it's got again 7 to 13 inches of positive ease, so it should give me 60.75 inches. I say I swatched. I knit something about this size, and I went up a needle size and I was way out, so I went for the called for needle size, and I was half a stitch, I think. Yeah, I was half a stitch out on that. So did some maths, wanting to know, you know, what finished size roughly I would want. So I went with, so I got 21 stitches and the gauge is 21 and a half. So I was literally half a stitch out. So I did some math and worked out what it would be and how many stitches would be around for that size, and went to the nearest on the pattern. So again, went for the 2x size, and when I've tried it on, it fits very similar to this. It's got the same amount of ease and stuff, and again, once it's blocked, it'll grow a little bit anyway. Yeah, so hopefully, I'm hoping, what day are we today? Tuesday. I've got today off work, so I'm going to crack on this afternoon and hopefully get the first sleeve done. I've got most of the day tomorrow before I go to work, off Thursday, so I'm hoping by the end of the week, with a bit of luck, we could be blocking by the weekend, which would be nice, be fun. So that's predominantly what I've been working on. I thought DK sweater, it'll fly. It's taken forever, but again, I think it's because of work and stuff, and there's been a couple of days where I've literally only knit a row or two on it, but it'll get done. It'll get done. Other than that, I'm still doing my basket from Pink Hazel. I'm still doing my hexagon a day, so they're all a bit mixed up now, but this was a mini skein set from Siobhan's Crafts, and then on a D-stash on Facebook I picked up a Kate Celine advent calendar from this year, and also a Nora George advent calendar in a D-stash. So I'll use the Nora George one for my mitre square blanket, which I showed. Did I show last podcast? I think I did. Which I'm doing 2 squares a week on a Sunday. So, but these I do 1 hexagon a day. So I'm using the Kate Celine. So I've got all these left to do. So yeah. So that's my hexagon a day. So these are just, it's literally just like a granny square, but in a hexagon form. So yeah, I'll wind up the mini. I normally do it in the morning, but I didn't today. And so now I'm nearing the end of that sweater. I'm getting to what's going to be my next sweater. So my next one, which has also been in my brain for a while, is the Maritimo. I haven't printed the proper pattern, but everyone knows what the Maritimo looks like. So it's a fingering weight sweater with these 2 like lace panels in contrasting yarn on the main body. I can't even pull up it on my phone because I'm using my phone to record. So it's in the same collection from Ball and Knitworks, Caitlin Hunter, as like the Tenure and the Novelli, and there's one more, isn't there? Anyway, yeah. So one more? Tenure, Novelli, Maritimo. I'm sure there was 4 in the collection, but I've knit the Tenure already. And this is the yarn that I want to do the Maritimo in. You may remember this yarn and my Tale of Woe. So it is a Nora George yarns in the Crookshanks colourway. So I knit a featherweight. Is that what it's called? Anyway, it was a cardigan by Joji Locatelli in this yarn. Never keen on how it fitted, which is probably my fault because I didn't swatch, probably didn't knit the right size, although I know I didn't knit the right size. So it came out a bit small. It never really fitted right. I wore it once and then it sat on my desk for 2 years because I knew that it would need to be frogged, because the yarn is too nice and too expensive to sit in a cardigan that I'm never going to wear. So then I knit it's the one, yeah, I've already knit it, haven't I? The other Miserina is the 4th one in the collection. So I then knit this yarn into a Miserina. Again, didn't swatch. Thought, yeah, it'd be fine. No, way too small. Couldn't even get my arms in it. It was that tight across here. So it's got a colourwork flower and a cable in between each flower. And when I tried it on, I had like one arm up here. I could get one arm in and the other arm was like, so it was like, no. So I did block it in the hope that it might grow a bit. Nope, it did not. So that was frogged, which was really annoying. So I'm hoping 3rd time lucky. Her gauge is very, very loose. Very loose. So I may have to swatch and see what I come up with and then gauge. I'm quite to come up with a fabric that because I think to get her gauge, it would be it would be really gauzy and not something that I'm comfortable with. So yeah, I think I'm going to gauge swatch. I'll probably go up a needle size because, or two possibly, because she calls for 3.25. If I did a 3.25mm on a fingering weight, yeah, the gauge would be really, really tight. So I will do a swatch for that and see what I come up with on like a 3.75 or a 4mm. See what gauge I get. And then, so this is what I'm thinking. So you need 3 colours. So the orange would be my main colour, and then your lace is bordered by like a dark colour, and then there's a colour in between. So when I do my swatch, I may just put these together. This is what I've just sort of grabbed off my yarn wall, but I may, because this Crookshanks has got green speckles in it, but I think that might be too dark, so, or too tealy. I think I either need a really light green to go in my, so I need to have a bit of a stash dive, see what I've got, and then as I'm swatching I can stripe those, do stripes of them, to see if it's colours that work well together. So that's my next planned sweater. I've also got a Stephen West dotted rays shawl on my needles that I would like to get finished as well. So I think once the Amma sweater is finished, I will go between this sweater and the shawl, just to get it finished more than anything. Yeah, that's where we are. That's it. Done. Like I say, it was only going to be a short one. It's going to be one of the shortest I've ever done, I think. But I just wanted to catch up with everyone, say hello, check that you're all okay with all the shitstorm that's going on in the world. And maybe just bring you a little bit of, you know, let you forget that for half an hour. Take care of yourself, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.